Okay, so I guess I'm kinda late to the party here. I don't know. I mean, a week ago, I all of a sudden see these DaVinci Resolve 19 videos pop up, and I'm like, what the hell is happening? How are they doing that so fast? On the same day Blackmagic Design released it. I don't understand. But anyway, better late than never. So here's my list of favorite new features and effects in DaVinci Resolve 19. And let's start with an in my opinion, incredibly useful audio feature, the Music Remixer, which allows you to mute or lower instruments of a music track. Now, why is that useful? Well, background music, for example. Because quite often there are parts or sounds in a song that interfere with a voice or my voice. And so I always use the equalizer in the inspector window to lower certain frequencies. And that works really well, but sometimes it also happens that I just want to lower the drums or the guitars or, you know, whatever, and not specific frequencies. And now I can do that with the Music Remixer. So if you don't have the different stems of a song, or you just want a quick and easy way to control the instruments of a song, this is it. So I make a lot of color grading tutorials, right? And I think in almost every tutorial that I've made until now, I used this tool, the curves, where you can also adjust and tweak specific colors of your image. And while it's a great tool because it gives you lots of control, it's not the easiest one to use. But now it looks like with Color Slice, they made like an easier version of those color curves. See, you have a wheel for each color, and then you can set the center for each color wheel. So red, for example, you decide what kind of red will be affected the most by that wheel. So a more orangey red or a more purple red, you decide. And look, when I adjust the center of red, for example, Resolve also automatically makes adjustments to the skin tone's center here, see? It also moves. And I think it does that so that you get the most natural roll-off when you make adjustments. And that's always the difficult part when you use the curves. And then of course with these sliders you can increase or decrease the density and or saturation of that color. I still have to use it for an actual real color grade, but it looks like a super useful tool. Holy shit, this is gonna be my new favorite. I mean, it's everything that I ever wanted. The Film Look Creator basically brings together all my favorite effects like halation, bloom, and film grain into one effect. And so it allows you to create your own custom film look quick and easy. Whereas the Film Look LUTs, for example, emulate a real existing film stock. But the Film Look Creator is all about creating your own custom look without having to combine a bunch of different nodes and effects in the color page. It's all about, you know, your own creativity. I love it. So I've already shown you a way to defocus the background, right? Using 3D mapping and then adding effects to that map, but again, it seems like they've now made it simpler. So you can now find defocus background here in the color tab in effects. Just drop it onto your image or in the node area, and then you can use Magic Mask to create a mask instead of 3D mapping or whatever. And that's it. Just let Resolve do its thing, and now you can defocus the background. You can also blur the mask here if you want to make the edges softer, and you can even choose between two types of blur. Lens blur will give you a more realistic blur when there are highlights in the frame, for example. It will give you a more realistic bokeh. You probably already know voice isolation, right? Which allows you to isolate the voice from the background noise, basically removing the background noise. But a few times I saw someone in the comments say, but what if I want to do it the other way around? So remove the voice and keep the background noise or sound. Well, you can now do that with the dialogue separator. As you can see, this is not Belgium. I am still in the Dominican Republic. As you can see, this is not Belgium. I am still in the Dominican Republic. So, I guess a few years ago, I made this video. It was a how to film by yourself kind of thing. You know, how to make it interesting when you have to do everything yourself. And at some point there was this shot. And when editing that shot, I decided to also pan the sound. So the sound starts in the left speaker and then it follows the movement of the bike to the right speaker so that it feels more immersive, like the bicycle is actually passing by, you know? Well, instead of keyframing it manually, like I did back then, you can now let Resolve do it automatically. So in the Fairlight page, you can use the new IntelliTracker to track the movement of an object, and then use that tracking information to pan the sound so that the sound follows the movement of that object. It's probably not something you'll use every day, but still pretty cool, right? So a few months ago, I made a video explaining why I almost never use noise reduction. Not because all my footage looks squeaky clean. No, definitely not. It's because I kinda like some grain, some noise, as long as it's not that ugly colored noise. But that also means that whenever I do use or need noise reduction, it's because the noise is bad, ugly, difficult to remove, UltraNoise. It's probably not what they mean here with that name, UltraNoise reduction, but whatever. The thing is, Resolve now has UltraNoise reduction. It's a new option in spatial noise reduction, and when you use it, Resolve will automatically try to remove the noise. So it will calculate some stuff based on what it sees in your image, and then it fills in all the settings here, so you don't have to do it. And I think that's great, because noise reduction is one of the most difficult things to do if you want to get it perfect. I mean, perfect. Getting noise reduction perfect is impossible, but you know what I mean, right? And that's it. 7 of my favorite new features and effects in DaVinci Resolve 19. Let me know in the comments if I've missed something. I've probably missed a few. What are your favorites? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.